but who was Al Bowley? Where did he come from? What sort of a fellow was he? Colin Begbie, one of the BBC's outside broadcast engineers, was a great friend of Al Bowley's.
It must have been around 1928 when we used to broadcast Fred Elizalde and his music from the Savoy Hotel late at night that I met Al Bowley for the first time. He had come from Germany, where he had been working in Munich, but he was a South African by birth. Now they say that most men are fond of their mothers, and Al most certainly was of his, for he brought that charming lady from South Africa to London to share in his successes and leisure moments. I soon struck up a friendship with him, for he was a happy-go-lucky chap to get along with, and we had a common interest in yachting. I kept a yacht down in Little Hampton during the 30s. She was a 7-ton ketch, and Al would often come down whenever his engagements allowed and relax aboard, entertaining us with his singing and guitar playing. I don't ever remember seeing him smoke, but he did like a drink or two. When we had anything or any excuse to celebrate, he used to produce a bottle of champagne, which he insisted on lowering over the side into the water to cool. Or sometimes the water wasn't so cool, and then just as likely drink it out of a saucepan. We had great fun, but most of all, he loved to sing. He was always laughing and singing.
It was a lover and his lass with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny no, that all the green cornfields did pass in the springtime, the only pretty ring time, when birds do sing hey ding-a-ding-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. Between the acres of the rye, with the hay and a ho and a hey nonny no, these pretty country folks would lie.
In the springtime, the only pretty ring time, when birds do sing, hey ding, 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 sweet lovers love the spring.
Al was accompanied at the piano by Moniolita. Moniolita was Al's accompanist while he was appearing as a solo act on the variety halls.
I met Al Bowley in 1925 in India at the Grand Hotel, Calcutta. I was then playing with an American band. The band leader was Jimmy LeQuim. Al wanted a job with us. He had come straight from the race course and was still in his riding outfit. He was a jockey at the time, one of the many odd jobs he had before he became famous as a singer. Anyway, he got a job with us in Calcutta and came with the band when we moved on to Singapore. We were a great success there, particularly Al with his banjo and guitar. I can see him now standing in front of the band, playing and singing through a megaphone. No microphones in those days. Such was our success that we stayed on in Singapore instead of going on to Shanghai as originally intended. After a year in Singapore, Al left for England, and I didn't see him till I arrived in London in 1933. He was then with Louis Stone at the Monsignor restaurant. A little later, we teamed up when Al went on the Halls, top of the bill too. I particularly remember one occasion at the old Holborn Empire. Al was stopped with the famous jazz trumpeter Louis Armstrong and the pianist Garland Wilson, also on the bill. I owe him a great deal, for Al gave me my start in England.
What do you mean, I got work to do. All right, now you got me, eh? Folks, Patsy have got me at last. Now, where's my piano player? Monya? Come on, sit up. Go on, get right into it. I don't need your photograph to keep by my bed. Your picture is always in my head. I don't need your portrait, dear, to bring you to mind. For sleeping or waking, dear, I find every thought of you I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a king, and foolish though it may seem to me, that's everything. The mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go till I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. Idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go till I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love.
But he was lying against a door, which was open, while this terrible bombing was going on. Now, one of those mine bombs fell opposite, and when it exploded, the door ripped off and hit him over his back of his head. When I got back home, I opened the front door, and Bea Lily, the famous person, stood there. She said, "We had a terrible night." I said, "What are all these sacks with labels doing?" These are the people that unfortunately disappeared from this world. And she said, "This one is one of your closest friends." And I looked up, and that was Alba Oli's sack with the label. It was a terrible experience, I can assure you.